Hi guys, welcome by the new episode of the podcast No More Secrets. I'm Krista. I'm an addict in recovery and I'm sharing my story, my journey of recovery and the things that I do and did to stay in recovery and to make you more aware over the power of your mind because your mind is the most powerful energy you have, and the things you say to your mind believes. So it's really important that you, say good things to your mind, because whatever you say to your mind believes. And for example, this morning I woke up and I felt physical so terrible, still not feeling okay, but then I had a choice. Am I staying in bed or am I for a walk? I had to do a video for my TikTok because I do some uplifting videos on my socials and some motivational videos. And now, I decide no excuse. You don't feel 100%. There's no excuse because at the other side of action, there lays your success, and yeah, there you can achieve everything. So you have to take action over your life and over the things you do and the things you commit to. And I'm committed to this podcast and want to give you every week an a reminder and a new episode about what I experienced. And the thing that I most experienced was that my cravings are sky high. I am 9 months sober now and clean, and I hoped it would be less now, but no. The last I think 2 weeks, something every day. It's in my mind every day, and I don't listen to it, because the addiction voice can stay in its fucking corner, and I say it with a firm tone, to myself. Don't listen. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, but I'm not gonna listen to it because I'm more worth and more enough to do no drugs and no alcohol and no medications. Because after an addiction from 35 years, I was addicted to benzos, to opiates, to cocaine, to alcohol, to cannabis, to cigarettes. When I partied, well, that was almost every week. When I partied, it was also ecstasy and you name it, So, and for 35 years. And so when I quit 9 months ago, when I got clean, I was, I got clean. But I didn't go in recovery because I was too ashamed. And that was all the negative self talk that I had in my mind. I was saying all day to myself, I am a loser, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving. And I was really suicidal for most of my life. And as long as I can remember, but because I had children, they gave me a kind of strength because I didn't want to put that trauma on them, but it was a tough fight, and it was only surviving, not living. It was only surviving for 35 years. Well, also before I was an adult, it was surviving. I didn't become an addict because I wanted to be an addict. No, I needed it. I needed it to survive. And that sounds really strange, but you know, if I didn't was, if I wasn't an addict in the past, then I wouldn't be here anymore because I couldn't handle the pain. I, no, it was possible to handle it in a normal way, I thought. Now I know better, but you have to go through things to learn from it. And there are maybe tough lessons, expensive lessons, but it brought me where I am today. And today I am so grateful and so peaceful. And of course, I struggle sometimes, when I have the cravings. It's not easy to not obey them, to not do it anyway or anyhow. But I, I made a decision. I never want to go back to that. And yeah, I changed my mindset by gratitude. You have to be grateful. That's such an important step in your recovery, because when I got clean and I was 3 months clean, something like that. When I was in doing the clean thing and the sober thing, I was all alone. I didn't share it with anybody. Never, nobody knew that I was so heavily addicted. Because yeah, people in my environment knew that I used medications for my shoulder, because I used to be a chronic pain patient also. And so I always had the descriptions of my GP. Um, yeah, and when I was 3 months clean, I was also during that time also always watching podcasts about addiction, because I wanted to see and hear from other people that it was possible. Because in the first 3 months, it was only on willpower, but so many times I wanted to give up because I was alone. I couldn't share my wins with anybody. I couldn't um, tell it to anybody. That wasn't the truth, but that was my truth. So I believed it. And then I saw a transformational coach. I didn't know he was a coach. I saw him dancing in the woods, and he had captions above, and he was saying, "You're enough. You're worthy. If you're seeing that it was meant for you," and somehow, in some way, I felt connected. So I started following him, and then he told in one of his videos that he had a program and a transformational life program, a coaching program, and I decided to say yes to myself for once in my life. And I entered that, and today I'm finished with my coaching because I'm ready to to stand on my own 2 feet, and I'm so proud of it because it was such a journey. It was a big journey in the coaching and in the community of the coaching, the Facebook community. I could share about my addiction, and that felt so freeing, and to people I never saw in real life. But yeah, maybe that was also a feeling of being safe. And yeah, it was such a loving community, and I'm grateful forever. And yeah, and I also, when I got clean, I started to write every day in a journal, and I never stopped doing that. And every day I write in my journal the things I'm grateful for, and the positive things about myself. Well, it's not here now because otherwise I could have read something. But for example, I say I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful that I stayed sober today, and clean. I'm grateful that I can see, hear, watch, taste, walk. Um, yeah, that there's warm water out of the shower, that I have food on the table, that I have food in my refrigerator, that I can put gas in my car, that I can pay my bills. And so many things you can be grateful for. Don't people always, well, not all people, but most people always are looking what they're lacking. And if you only are focused on what you're lacking, you're never going to be happy. Never. So focus on the good things. Focus on the things you already have, even if they're little things, small things. But your energy level will change by doing that, because gratitude is such a powerful energy, a frequency. So, and if you're going on that frequency, your mind is going to change also. And if you tell yourself, in the coaching I've learned that, yeah, the name of it is mirror work. So you stand across the mirror. I shared it in previous podcasts also, but I can't repeat it enough. And you stand across the mirror and you tell yourself, I am enough. I am worthy. I am beautiful. I can achieve anything. I'm powerful. I'm honest. I'm grateful. Well, so many things you can say to yourself. And even though if you in the start don't believe it, your mind is going to believe it. And you don't, if you only do it once or twice, or only 1 week, or only 2 weeks, and then you stop, you cannot expect that there's a change. Yeah, maybe for those 2 weeks, but not for, you have to implement it. I'm sorry, guys. Implement it in your brain, in your mind. So if you say it every day, 2 times a day if needed, time and time again, every and be consistent in it. I did it, and I know now that I'm worthy. I know now that I'm enough. So the power of your mind is such an important thing in your recovery. Because when I started the coaching, it was in December 2023. So I was clean and sober for 3 4 months, and I started to realize that I needed recovery also. I needed to go to a place where there were other um, experts in addiction that I could talk with. So in January, end of January 2024, I started recovery. I started an evening treatment, 3 nights a week, and now I still have a one-on-one, so with a counselor, an addiction counselor, and yeah, you learn so much. You learn so much about how to prevent a relapse, how to recognize a relapse, to be aware of your things. And with the coaching, I learned to heal my inner child. Because your inner child is not a child in your body. No, your inner child is the memories you have when you were a child, and um, your own experience, your own truth. Because a lot of your self-talk and negative self-talk comes from your inner child, and from your abusive relationships, or from the bullying on school. So many examples for that. Because if people tell you all the time that you're not enough, that they manipulate you or whatever, your mind is going to believe that. And but you can change your mind completely. I am really the proof of that. That's why I'm sharing that. Because like I said, I had the option today to stay in my bed because I'm not feeling so good, or do my commitments. And that's that I post a video every day on my TikTok and on my Facebook and Instagram, and doing my podcast every Tuesday. So I went to the nature. I went walking in nature and did my video. And you know what? After I did it, my physical feeling is also much better now. Because if you're hanging in that complaining state, like I'm not, oh, I'm sorry, my, hold on. If you're staying in that complaining state, then you're never going to be positive. Never. Because it's a negative energy. So that you are in a negative frequency. And the power of your mind is one of the highest frequencies you can go in. And you can turn it completely around. So I'm really like, oh, I want to do like this with you. So please start doing it. Please, if you feel worthless, if you think you have to take that line of coke, take that glass of alcohol, take those medications, start thinking why and what you want to numb. Why? And then feel that feeling. and change the thought about it, because the things that happened you cannot change. You can only change the way you are feeling about it right now in this moment, and how you're feeling and are going to feel about it in the present time, in the future. So start doing mirror work. Start an gratitude journal, or pray. I pray 2 times a day, and I say every day. So I write it down in my journal and I pray, because if you speak it out loud, that's the power of your words is so amazing. It's so powerful. All words are energy. Everything is energy. You are energy. This mic is energy. My sweater is energy. Everything is energy. So if you understand that everything is energy, then you also understand that all energies have a different frequency. So negative self-talk, negative thinking, using drugs, using alcohol or whatever, are all very low frequencies, the most lowest frequency you can get on. So get off of that low frequency. I'm telling you how you can change it. And I can only tell you this because I did it myself. 9 months ago, I didn't want to be here. I wanted to die. I wanted to 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 never be seen again, to not feel nothing again. And in 9 months' time, I changed my whole mindset. I'm relaxed. I know now I can conquer the world. I can handle every emotion that I got. And oh, believe me, I had a lot of challenges in those 9 months, a lot. I don't have contact with my oldest son. I have some troubles with my daughter, and in before my 9 months, before I get sober and clean, I would have been using so much and taking so much medications to not feel that pain. And now, of course, it hurts. Of course. If you say that that doesn't hurt you, if you're not having a good contact at the moment with with your children, then you're lying. But I can't control it. I can't control them. I can only be the best self, of the best version of myself, and show them that I'm consistent and that I'm not ever doing drugs anymore. So I trust the process. So important. Trust the process and be patient. You know, Last weekend when I had the cravings, I know, because I'm when I have a craving, I sit down and I'm thinking in myself, I'm thinking, why do I have this craving? What is there out there that I want to numb? And I know what it is now, because it's the pain that I'm feeling, that the emptiness in my heart, because I'm not in a real good contact with two of my children. I got four children, two still living at home, and they're doing amazing, great, because they feel my energy. And my oldest one, I don't see them a lot, so they don't see it, they don't feel it, but I trust the process, and it's gonna be okay. Everything takes time, everything. So, and you know, previous, I my addiction, of course, it was my addiction voice would take that pain for an excuse to use, to put on another fentanyl, to take some more oxy, to take some more benzos, to take 5 sleeping pills instead of one sleeping pill, and drinking 2 bottles of red wine and snoring coke. And you know, what the fuck? Really? And that's also a big thing in my recovery that I had to learn, and uh, was the forgiveness. I had to forgive myself for so many things. What I did to my body, that I wasn't emotionally available enough. I thought I was, but because I know and notice the difference, how I am now, clean and sober, and how I was when I was still in my addiction. And Guys, that's a world of difference, really. People don't recognize me, yeah, maybe from my appearance, but not the way I am. My energy is so relaxed now and peaceful. And yeah, sometimes, of course, here I'm doing this podcast, and I'm doing this podcast not to wine and dine here and complaining. And no, I want to motivate you also, because I wish everybody to feel like me, really. Even with the cravings, even with the challenges I've got. But when you believe that you can handle it, everything changes. Everything. Believe in yourself that you are capable. Believe it. And if you start to believe it, you notice the change. You notice you wake up and you're happier. Wake up and open your curtains and say to the universe or to God or the angels, hey, it's a blessing to be alive, because it is. And I know if you're listening to this and you're still in your addiction, it's so difficult to believe. I couldn't believe it also. When I started the coaching, I couldn't believe that I could change my mindset, but I did. I'm doing a podcast now. I'm going back to school. I'm studying for recovery coach. Only good things are happening. I'm going back to work again. To work. I thought I would never be able to fucking work, because I didn't work the last 15 years, because I always had 24/7 pain in my shoulder. But now I realize I had the pain, but I turn the pain around, because now I love my shoulder. I'm not telling my shoulder every day, I hate you. I hate you. Fucking shoulder. No. Now I'm loving my shoulder, and I don't need any medications anymore. I couldn't do nothing with my arm. Nothing. And now I can do everything with my arm. So, and I also do special meditations for that, because meditation for me is really my medication for my pain. And wherever I have pain in my body, I do the medication. You can find them on YouTube, healing music, or inner calm, or chronic pain healing. And you have for every thing in your body, you have special medications. You put your earphones in, lay in bed. You don't have to visualize. You just listen to the special sounds, and then you feel your body a little bit shaking, and the vibrations in your body. And when you wake up in the morning, you don't have any pain anymore. And it's also healing for your soul. And so, yeah, so um, if I make it clear, so I went in recovery, to get insight in your addiction. I do a gratitude journal from the moment I started my sobriety and my clean time. I do the mirror work every day, and when I feel I'm a little bit lower in my energy, I do it twice a day. It's such a good exercise. Stand across the mirror, say to yourself, I'm proud of you. 7 things you're proud of. I'm proud of you stayed sober today. I'm proud of you that you cleaned your bedroom today. Whatever you did, say 7 things. Then say 7 things you forgive yourself for, because forgiveness is such a big part of recovery, because we all did things that are not the nicest things. We lacked in many things, and we have to own it. Own your fucking shit. Own it. And I'm today is my last. I finished my coaching program, and I'm proud. I'm happy, because I'm going further by myself, but also I'm gonna miss it a lot. Of course, I'm really, really gonna miss it. And but I found a sponsor now. I always go to meetings, That's my also my new weekends. I never go out anymore because yeah, I've seen enough. I've been out enough, and I now appreciate the little things. Go out of dinner with my children, walk in nature, little things I really can appreciate now. And yeah, but I found a sponsor, and I'm really happy for that because yeah, with her I can um, release more. I'm connected more, because yeah, when I started to get clean, I had to cut off all the cords with all my friends, and yeah, and that was really tough, of course. And it's still tough because I miss them. It wasn't about that I didn't love them. Um, no, but I had to do it because I was in that world for 35 years, and I needed to experience solitude and other world. I had to become my own best friend, and I can truly say now that I'm my own best friend. So I really advise you to also go to meetings. If that's not your thing, go in recovery. You don't have to go to a clinic if you don't want to. I didn't go to a clinic, but yeah, at the recovery mental health care, I really love it because it helps me a lot. When I can't explain where what I'm feeling, or if I'm feeling at ease, then I can tell that there, and we're gonna look to it step by step. So then you get insights, and yeah, it's all about choices and changing your mindset. The power of your mind in addiction. Well, it's over, even if you're not in an addiction, but the power of your mind is so, so big. And one of the most important things, well, I almost want to say it's the most important thing in your life because, yeah, what you think is your reality. So change your thinking, change your reality. And yeah, guys, I hope to see you next week again. And if you want to connect with me, you can send me an email on krista.connect@gmail.com, or send me a DM on my TikTok, on my I also going to do lives on TikTok, so then we can yeah, talk live, so we can do a Q&A, and but you can send me a DM with questions or something you like to know, also on Facebook or Instagram, Krista Jorissen. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you like the episodes, if you like my podcast, and hit the like button. Leave a reaction if you want to add something, or let me know how you found the episodes. And yeah, guys, I wish you a really amazing week. Please do the exercises. Please do change your thinking. Please do it. And let me know in a few weeks how you're feeling. Guys, I see you next week. Thank you for listening. Love being here with you. And I give you a big kiss and a big hug. Bye.